How about that? How about that? So far, not so good. It says it's on, but it doesn't show that I'm on. Oops. Well, let's show you how the donuts are made, kids. Oh, come on, I don't want all that up there. Go away. Reload. Ooh, there, sir. Got him. Bring it up. And bring it up. Volume. Volume's gonna be weird. Woo! Volume's gonna be weird. Woo! 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 How fun is that? And streaming problems already. Perfect. Perfection. Just the spinning wheel of doom. Live, please. Man, you think it'd be easier to videotape live from your kitchen across the whole entire planet Earth. You'd think that, wouldn't you? Well, we got something special today, kids. Let's see if I can get this repositioned. Sorry for the shaky cam. Oh, the dog wants it. I forgot I put her outside. Well, since there's nobody here, let's go get the dog. Sorry, it's the maid's day off, so I can't film certain parts of my extra clean section of my house. Well, if it isn't the Beastess.
Hello, Beastess, you want to come in?
Don't knock the camera over, please. Don't knock the camera over. There you go. Stay. How was outside? How was it? Was there anything good going on? Was there anything good going on? Did you see a squirrel? Was there a rabbit? Perhaps a deer? How about a neighbor dog? Nothing? Was there strangers walking by? Pretty uneventful morning, huh? Okay, there you go. All right. You can go, doggy. Oops, oopsie doopsie. All right. I don't know what's happening. This is what's supposed to be happening. I'm supposed to be adjusting for... We're getting in tight for this. This is going to be special. Are you ready? I got the old dirty coffee pot. Here we go. Just let that chill for a second there. When I say chill, I mean heat up. God, I hope it works. Is my coffee too cold? There we go. How about that? Eh? Cute I am. Adore me you must. Not sure if that was worth the all that, but whatever. That's my new coffee mug. Just got that the other day. And yeah, I paid 50 cents, so deal with it. What's really weird though, I'm not sure if it goes to a big white band on the back. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I suppose when you're bidding out your Star Wars temperature sensitive mugs to the lowest bidder in China, that's probably what you get. Whatever. So, I'm not gonna lie, kind of running out of breakfast ideas. I got one more I could do, but like it's kind of more complicated. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. There's like a breakfast pizza that I make on occasion, but that's like you gotta go to the store and buy ingredients and like actually make something. Which I think I'm gonna do. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna cook it though. Like, where am I gonna bake it? I might try to figure out how to do a mini version, do it in the toaster oven, because I can put that on the. I could put the toaster oven right there and like kind of get it in the shot. So That's like my latest little, I don't know, idea. Is I got to figure out how to make a mini breakfast pizza, which is probably gonna be a lot harder than you'd think. I don't really know. But whatever. The main reason I'm doing this week is because, like 2 weeks ago, I think, I made these Belgian waffles. I made a whole stack of them, and I froze them, and then I warmed them up in the toaster oven, and they were amazing, and they didn't even barely last a week. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I need more waffles. So since I'm going to do this anyway, that's today's stream. I've got grape juice. Haven't done grape juice in a while. When I was a kid, I grew up in a family of 5. We would do grape apple. We'd take one of these and one of the apple and make grapple juice. And that was pretty good. The problem I got now is that will only hold, let's see, am I on there? That will only hold a grape or an apple, not a grapple. I don't know how to do a half a can. Whatever. The old brain is kind of trudging along here at 1/4 speed. I don't know what's going on. What's the temperature outside? 15 degrees. It's not too cold in here. So, yeah, we're going to do the, let's get this on here. We're going to do the 2 cups Mark buttermilk, Members Mark buttermilk pancake, 1.5 cups cold water, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. I think that's what I did last time. I did the 2 cup, I think, or did I do the 4 cup? I feel like I did. I think I'm going to do 4 cups. I think I'm going to do it. Because here's the deal. I could make 8 cups and I would just eat all those waffles. And I don't know if I'm going to record me doing 8 cups worth of waffle mix today on the stream. I mean, I could. Just realized I need a cup measuring if I'm going to do a cup. Is that a cup? Let me tell you the favorite part about getting older. Not about getting old, about getting older. Well, it's my glasses are filthy too. So, I guess I need new glasses. That's probably the first thing. I need to get new glasses. These glasses are my backup glasses. I broke my good glasses. They broke. So these are my old glasses. So when I bought these, I had 2 pairs. Kept one in reserve because that's kind of a smart idea when you're like borderline blind without glasses on. So these are my original ones that I wore and scratched all up and then stopped wearing, and I wore my good ones and then broke those. I don't know. My lenses are so scratched, I can't see anything up close anymore. I mean, I'm not doing this because I need, maybe, I don't know. Whatever. I'm having a hard time seeing up close with my glasses on. Does that make sense? Is that even a thing? I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't know how it works. I'm just making waffles, kids. So, yeah, the YouTube thing. I don't know what's going on with this YouTube thing. December had a good month. Best month I ever had. January. Obviously not the worst month I ever had, but like everything just dropped off a cliff again. I don't know, like all my viewership, my subs, all of it just, what did I do, 2? Already lost count. I do 4 cups, I guess. I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't even count to 3 right now. My coffee hasn't kicked in. I guess if you're watching this video, comment below if I put 4 in because I lost count already. When I put the water in, I'll know if I didn't do it right because it'll be like soup. Alright, that's 4 cups, so we got double the water. This here is a 2-cupper. I need 3 total, so I'm going to do 2 and 1, I guess. I mean, I do have a 3-cup. I don't feel like walking over there and get it. So we're just going to do it this way. We're just going to do it this way. Don't forget, kids, when you're measuring liquids, use a liquid measuring cup. Don't use a dry cup. I really don't know why, but that's pretty important stuff. Alright, there's our 2. I need 1 more. Oh man, bend it over. Ah! There's our 3 cups of wahwa. We we're going to use the Danish dough whisk. I don't know which one. What do you think? Uno or dos? 1 or 2 holes? Is that like a metaphor for life? 1 or 2 holes? We're going with 2 holes, kids. Whatever. I should put oil in here too, but I'm getting this mix in here. I feel like it should be on mix cam. And I'm going to mix it left-handed for the best camera angle because I go above and beyond. You see? It's good to, did you know it's good to do simple everyday tasks with your non-dominant hand? Did you know it's good for your brain? But you didn't know that, did you? So let's get some oil. One of the easiest, because basically what you're doing, 1 cup or two teaspoons. Yep, that was that. So basically what happens when you use your least dominant hand, you'll notice how like you kind of feel like maybe you've never done it before, right? It's like, ooh, that's hard to do because your brain ain't got the wiring down, and you're building pathways in your brain to make it work better. One of the easiest things you can do to start if you want to become what they would call dose. Dose, that's funny. Become ambidextrous, which is able to use 2 hands. I can't remember where I learned this from. If you're like, how do I describe this? You know, people say, "Are you right or left-handed?" Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm right-handed," or "Oh, I'm left-handed." Do you know why you're right and left-handed? Because you grew up in a society that makes you pick one and then like frowns on you doing 2. Did you know that? You can be both-handed. And here's what you do to become both-handed. You start brushing your teeth with your wrong hand. That's how you do it. And you might want to leave a little extra time because you're probably gonna have to brush your teeth twice because, I mean, let's see, that's right-handed as fast as I can go. All in the wrist, left-handed. It's not quite there. I'm not 100% pure ambidextrous, but I'm pretty good. I've actually worked at it because it helps you with the things that I do. You'd be surprised how convenient having 2 working hands is in life. Oops. Same with like, well, I used to play soccer when I was a kid. And my soccer coach, he was kind of like, you should be able to kick the soccer ball with both feet because you might be in a situation where you need 2 feet to kick a ball. And kicking a soccer ball accurately with your quote-unquote wrong foot is harder than you think. So what he said you do is like, when you're walking along and you see like a rock on the sidewalk, kick it with your left foot. Yeah, it's easy. Just practice. Just practice. Because if you rewind your brain far enough when you were a kid, you were trying to learn how to write your name. Remember how hard that was? Remember you're a kid with your crayon, like, I can't write my name. Well, that's what you're doing now. I can't write my name. You haven't practiced enough. You just got to practice. All right. Something I just realized, I'm kind of bummed. I lost my foot. There's supposed to be a thing there. I'm missing it. If anyone has seen that guy, and what's weird is I feel like I have seen that someplace, I feel like I found that probably, honestly, in my kitchen, and I think, if you know me, I wouldn't have thrown it away. It's just, where did I put it? That's the whole thing. Ooh, let's see, Jeremy. Hi, Elveshelves. Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you live. How am I? I'm sleepy. Wait, how am I? Cute I am. Adore me, you must. How about that? How about that for an answer? Okay, so that's warming up. I need to oil that. Man, I don't know why I'm so tired. I didn't really stay up that late. A little past midnight. Man. Not sure if I'm not sleeping good. Oh, yeah, I got a story today, man. I'm going to wait a little bit before I tell this story. This is a good one. Put a little oil on here while we're waiting for the old blaster upper to warm up. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get real good at left-handed because I keep putting my right hand in front of the camera. I don't know why that is so much. That's just the way I set it up. So, I mean, I guess, actually, I'm not going to wait to tell my story because I have nothing to talk about right now. So this is a true story that happened to me literally last night. Last night, not a week ago or a month ago, less than 12 hours ago. I was playing my video game because I got a group of people I play Elder Scrolls Online on Xbox every Saturday night. And in this game, it's cooperative. We all wear headsets. We communicate, you talk, you group event. Last night we had 24 people in a group, all talking together, versus a team of opposition and then another team of opposition. A three-way fight. Anyway, we're doing our thing, fighting along, and out of nowhere, a bat with a wingspan of approximately, well, longer than my hand, flies in real life in my house about 3 inches in front of my face. Just woo! Just right in front of my face. Now, I'm not going to say I've never had a bat in my house, but man, every time I get a bat in my house, which is not very often, I've had like maybe a half dozen bats in my house over the however many years I've lived here, a couple decades. And of course, I'm on microphone with all these people, and I just start freaking out, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Ah, there's a bat in my house!" I'm like, I have a dog, obviously. You've met my dog, and my dog tends to be the kind of animal that's not going to play games with a creature not paying rent in the house. She's going to go after that thing. So I'm like, my God, I'm going to have a dog versus bat battle in my house. You know, all the doors of my house are wide open. You know, not to the outside, but the inside. So, like, I got these doors that I can kind of compartmentalize my house off by room by room by room, but they all connect together. I mean, my house is a circle. Actually, technically, it's like a figure 8. And I can close the doors off so you can't get through. So I was like, I got to get the dog in a room where the bat isn't. But the funny thing about a bat is, a bat doesn't stay in the room you're in. It flies around and it leaves the room. It's like, well, where did it go? And when your house is like kind of like a figure 8, and the bat can go anywhere it wants, it's like, well, which room is the bat in? You know, which room can I put the dog in that the bat's not in? I can't see the bat anymore. The bat has left this room. It's gone someplace else. So it's like, luckily the dog was kind of having a siesta, so she wasn't really paying attention completely. She kind of was a little concerned about me spazzing out, but she didn't quite understand why I was spazzing out. So luckily I was able to get her grabbed by the collar, drug into the bathroom, because I looked in the bathroom, I didn't see the bat there. Like, okay, and as I was taking her in, I saw the bat fly through, buzz through, you know. So I was like, all right, bat's not in the bathroom. Put the bat in the bathroom. And then started slowly, went into the, I call it dressing room. It's like a giant walk-through closet. You know, went in there, I didn't really see the bat in there, kind of, you know, closed one door, kind of looking for the bat, seat in another room, so I start closing that off and run around, can't find the bat again. Check the next room, don't see it, you know. So I got the house, you know, locked down to basically the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and the entrance. Bat's swooping around. I'm like, all right, I gotta catch the bat now. So I grabbed a pasta strainer. So I'm trying to catch the bat, and oh man. The entrance room of my house is 2 stories tall, vaulted. Well, the bat decides it's gonna go in there and fly around. Well, that's fine, bat. He's like, you know what? My wings are getting tired. I need to take a break. This is what the bat says. So he starts to try to perch on the walls, which are slightly textured but not heavily textured. Not enough grip for the bat. So the bat's like, oh, I gotta find a place to park where I'm a bat, you know? And finally the bat decides it finds a place to park about 3 inches from the very highest point in the whole entire room. I'm like, okay. Bat's 20 feet in the air or 15 feet in the air, whatever. I can't get to it. It's parked, so I get the dog out of the bathroom, put the dog in the bedroom, dressing room area, because that's like half the house, so she can at least be comfortable. I mean, however that works with your dog. And then it's like, all right, time to figure out how to remove the bat. Ooh, this is not going to work out. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try the slide technique like that. Try to get that whole thing covered. That's my new that's my new idea. How about that for an idea? Anyways, back to the bat. So it's like, well, I'm going to throw something at the bat, you know? I'm going to throw an object up at the bat. So I'm like, but what do you got laying around your house that you could throw in your house that's not going to break the house, you know? But luckily, I have shit like that laying around. Well, I'll show you what I threw. Hold on. Watch my waffle. I threw this to the bat. And you have to realize, during this whole bat thing, I'm supposed to be on a game where it's like, they don't play, I mean, it's kind of a serious thing where, like, they kind of don't want you casually playing. Like, when you're there, you're supposed to be doing your job. Like, I have a role that I play. Apparently, I'm using Christmas plates. I don't know why. Anyways, so, like, I kind of like, well, I gotta be gone. It's like, kind of like a, oh, great, you know, one of our players is abandoning us or whatever. All right, anyways. So I'm, like, trying to wrestle this bat. So I grabbed this I bought the other day. These are, this is what they call a 12-pack of yellow foam sponge fridge liners. You're supposed to put these in like your drawers, and it keeps your vegetables off the ground because they let the air aerate, but it's just a big bag of foam. So I start whipping that, by the way. I got 2 bags of these, by the way. Anyways, I start whipping that thing up there. You know, I throw that thing, I don't know, 20, 30 times. Miss it by a millimeter like a bunch of times. I can't get the bat down. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I can't just let the bat hang out on the top of my thing because eventually the bat's going to say, you know what, I want to fly around again. I'm going to buzz his face while he's playing a video game, or the dog's going to get into a bat battle. It's like, my God. Well, I just happen to have a window clear up at the top of this thing that goes to like a porch area. I was like, well, maybe I can go up there, open that window, and like lean out and like knock that thing down with like a broom or something. I got all these chairs piled in front of it. And I was like, dude, I'm probably going to fall out this window, fall 1 story down on my neck and kill myself trying to get this bat out. So I'm dangling on these chairs, leaning out the window with the thing, trying to whack a bat down. Finally get the bat dislodged, it's flying around. I got to get back, close the window, run around with my strainer. Now the bat's flying around the house again. I'm chasing the bat around with the strainer. Like, I'm not trying to kill the bat. I don't kill bats. I would never kill a bat on purpose. I just don't do that because bats are important. They eat insects. Like, I want bats. Like, I want to put a bat house outside my house. I just never got around building one. It's on the list of things to do. How's this doing? Ooh, that's close. So finally, the bat's kind of flying around, buzzing me in the head, and I got the strainer out. It's like, I got to catch this thing. So, like, I kind of gave the bat a little love tap with the strainer. Just a light. I didn't smack it. I kind of let it fly into it. Like, I just put it in front of it, and it kind of hit it, I don't know if it stunned it, but I had to, like, take a break from flying. It landed on the stairs. So then I just put the noodle strainer right on top of it. It's a plastic noodle strainer. Then I got a plate. Took the plate, slid it underneath there, and then I had a bat trapped. Let it chill. I didn't take it outside right away. Let it kind of hang out, and then it kind of crawled around. And then I took it outside, let it go. It flew away. So I got another kind of crazy bat thing. Like I said, I've caught a couple bats in my life. I mean, I don't know why I have bats in my house. Bats are clever. They can figure that stuff out. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Okay, here's the other thing about this. This didn't happen last night, but it's another bat related thing. So somehow, like, I'm trying to think. Like, my house that I live in, there's the old house and the new house, and I think somehow there's a section where the houses where they come together. I don't know. Somehow a bat can get in there because I sometimes hear a bat in the wall of my kitchen. Ooh, what's going on there? Why did that get all frizzle-frazzly? Like, I have a baseboard heater. I got this thing. I've actually seen like a bat like chewing a hole through the wall, and like sawdust coming behind this pegboard. Anyways, I had a bat in the kitchen one time, and like the cat was kind of going after old Gary, little Gary Beans. Rest in peace, Gary. He was going after the bat one time, and like whatever. I caught the bat on the ground in the kitchen by the washing machine. And I put the strainer on the bat. And the strainer is a strainer. It's got holes in it. And I'm not making this up at all. This is absolutely true. This bat that I caught on a previous occasion with a strainer on top was not having it. He did not like the fact that he had been caught. And this little bat turned its little body inside the strainer and pointed its head directly at my head, and it blasted me with its ultrasonic, like whatever bat echolocation is, and that vibration hit me. It hit me right in the face, and then it like reverberated inside of my skull, and it shook my brain, like ah! And I was like ah! Like I got sonic blasted by this bat. It was the craziest thing. It like stutter stepped me. I was like whoa, like super bat power. I didn't make that up at all. That's a true story. It echolocation focus beamed me and blasted me right in the skull. I mean, I still got the bat outside, but like, I was absolutely blown away by a bat could do that. Like, I know that, whatever. I feel like I'm going too much on a bat story here, but like, it actually like blasted me. Like, it was like, super high pitched frequency. Like, oh man, it was brutal. Like, it was not enjoyable. I didn't like it at all. It wasn't like, ooh, that was fun. It was terrible. Bat attacking me. I got attacked by a bat with its sonic blast. Luckily, last night's bat, whatever you call it, went fairly well. It wasn't like a disaster, but I mean, I'm not like, I'm not Cujo crazy. It's like, oh, every bat's got rabies. It's gonna get you. It's like, no, bats. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's a bat, dude. When you see a bird, you go like, oh, a bird's got rabies. It's gonna bite you. Like, whatever. All right. So that's enough of my bat stories. I probably got more. I mean, bats. Yeah, I need to build a bat house. I don't know why I've never done that. I've talked about that for years. I just need to do it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I have the wood for the bat house too. True story. And I just took it all out to the job site to help plug the holes of the job site, so I don't have bat material. Anyways, one of these days I'll get around to it. That is making like the craziest sound right now. I feel like I need to do more than a half cup. Should we try that? What's bigger than a half cup? What do we got here for options? We can do a 3/4 cup. I think 3/4 cup's gonna be really full, but like, what I'm thinking is like a 3/4 cup, not fully dumped. Let's try that. Right? That's not a good answer? Let's try that. So anyways, let's see, in the questions, where did you buy the mug? I bought the mug at the 50-cent store. And I paid 50 cents for it. And now it doesn't say how cute I am because the coffee's gotten cold. Whatever. Alright. Next, I mean, that's probably the best story I'm going to have this week is the bat story. Because, like, I mean, how do you top that? I took the headset off when I was playing last night. And the last thing I heard was like, did he say he's getting attacked by a bat? I'm like, ah! Like, when I caught it, I ran back. I was like, caught the bat. Well, that's not good. Is that safety seal? Is that safe to drink, kids? It's been, all right. If I don't make it, it's because someone tampered with my grape juice. Whatever. Oh, man. Ooh, that's kind of liquidy. That is kind of liquidy. Here we go. Grape has low freezing properties, apparently. What does this one say to do? 3 cans. No sugar added. 80% daily vitamin C. Frozen concentrate with added ingredients. 100% juice. Okay. Smells like grapes. What happened to the trees? They cut my trees down! They hauled them away. Ooh, yeah. Sorry. I totally just didn't do that. So if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm making waffles for, well, I'm going to eat one of these eventually here. But I'm making them to freeze them to eat during the week. I tried it a couple weeks ago and it worked out so good. I was like, oh dude, I'm just eating. And what I learned was you don't want to overcook the ones that you cook in the toaster oven because they dry out. Okay, what happened to the trees? What happened to the trees? Yep, so that's a project that's happening in front of my house. How do they cut the trees? They use chainsaw. So those trees technically were in front of my yard. Like, they were in what's called the parking area. The part of the property that, like, I get to take care of, but, like, I don't technically own. It's kind of a weird spot. And the city's going to put a temporary road through that section for this road construction project that's coming up. It's going to take, like, 2 years. And they had to cut those trees down, and there wasn't a damn thing I could do because, yep, just the way life goes. Whatever. I'm kind of bummed. I'm not going to lie, because those trees put a lot of shade in my yard, which helps my yard not get cooked by the sun and croak. which I think I'm gonna have a problem with now because I don't water my yard. Like basically my whole yard's shade, except for now that section's not. It's just gonna get barbecued. It's like an angle to the sun, so it's just gonna get direct cook. But you know, when life gives you lemons, you got lemons. I guess I don't know what to tell you. Make lemonade. And they use chainsaws. I mean, that one video kind of showed the guy doing it. He's in a. What did they do with the stumps? I'm pretty sure they're going to come in eventually with a giant, like probably an excavator, and dig all that out because they're going to put a road in there. And it's hard to describe how the world works. It's like in the good old days, they could have just like, I don't know, put a little gravel down and let people temporarily drive through there. Well, now, because it's 2022, they're probably going to actually install an actual road with base and all that and then tear it all out later because how else would you do it, right? We're going to go with no oil this time and see if we can... Oh, this is an experiment right here. We're going to do the 3/4 cup. And we're not going to put it all in. We're just going to kind of fill this thing. I'm going to give it the old smoothie. And we're going to watch it just probably bubble out the sides there. How'd I do? Oop, how about I aim it? Just absolute trash. So we're going to try that. I think that's going to work. You know what? That's going to work so good, we're getting rid of the 1/2 cup. And I don't really know when the time frame of when that road's coming through my house. It's basically kind of sort of at the end of my driveway is the cutoff line for where they're going to do like this halvesy thing where it's going to be like all the traffic's going to come on half the road, then they're going to fix that other half of the road, then once that's done, they're going to cut traffic off on the other side of the road, and yeah, it's just going to go back and forth. So, yeah, I don't know. Are you going to make new videos this week? Well, I'm going to post new videos this week, if that's the same thing as making new videos. Oh, yeah, so that's too much. See, that's the problem. It's boiling out now. Ah! Too much! Oh, I got to get that thing back out. I'm not dealing with that. That's going to be a mess. So, how do I do this? 3/4, I can't eyeball it good enough with 3/4. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do a 1/2 cup and then like get a spoon and spoon in a couple teaspoons. Like I just need a little more than a 1/2 cup. Now I got a mess. You know what would be easier if I just bought Eggos? I'm not going to lie. That would be so much easier. Should I just do that? Should I just buy Eggos? Because that's just going everywhere. I'm getting hungry. I want to eat a waffle. And unfortunately, that waffle is probably going to never come out of the waffle iron because it's going to be just wedged. Absolutely wedged in. I don't have a knife because I haven't done... Oh, here's one. My last knife. I need to do dishes. I think it's making weird sounds today. I think I just realized is I got grape juice, which is like... You want to hear... I'll tell you a story. Here, more stories. That's what this is all about, kids. This is about me telling stories. Maybe 2/3 of a cup. Well, maybe 2/3 of it. That's not a bad idea, actually. The thing is, like, 1/2 cup is so close. Like, I just need like a little bit. Like, if I could make it mound, that would be enough. All right, so I'm gonna tell you my grape juice story. This is a true story. Although I'm not gonna lie, it's a little fuzzy at this point. When I was a kid, we grew up in a house that's not the house my parents currently live in. It was down the hill from there. And in that house, at some point, I can't remember exactly when or why or what, they bought brand new furniture for kind of the whole house, basically. Maybe not tables, but we got new kitchen chairs, couches, all that. And I had a glass of grape juice. Man, actually, I don't even remember how this actually worked. All I know is it wasn't my fault. I believe it was my older brother's fault. Anyways, The grape juice that was given to me to drink, somehow because of him, got spilt on the brand new chair and put a stain on it. And my parents freaked out. Whatever. So that's my grape juice story. Like most things in my life, I didn't do it. I can't remember what he like was pulling my arm or something. I can't even remember, but it spilled and then all right. Speaking of spilling grape juice, we're gonna spill some grape juice right here. This is always gonna spill, so I put a grape juice colored catcher down there. So here we go. There's no way to do it other than this. It's just gonna spill because this is shit. Yeah. They should take the guy that designed that container and give him demerits. 3 of them. 3 demerits! What's the name of the company that takes the trees down? Tree cutting company? I have no idea, dude. I believe that was bidded to the lowest bidder. It's a private company. The city hired them. Oh! Perfect! I mean, I guess if you really want to know, you can probably go back, watch that video, and read the side of the truck. I think it said it. But yeah, I don't know them. They're not my friends or anything. Oddly enough, though, a kid I went to high school with actually bid the project. Probably 2 of them, actually, but I actually ran into one of them. He was in my driveway, like, looking at my tree, trying to figure out how much it was going to cost to do it. I think the guys that cut it down said they would charge a couple $1,000s per tree to take a tree that size down. Because I was trying to tell the guy how I was bummed I'm losing my trees. He's like, oh, dude, you're getting your trees removed for free. That's a great deal. And I was like, what? It's like having someone knock your teeth out and someone else try to tell you you're getting free dental work. You know, it's just like that. That's the worst free tree deal I've ever gotten. I didn't want him to go, you know, like, but I guess, yeah, I got a good deal on tree removal, I guess. Like, whatever. I like that side up. Alright, what do we got here? I see a comment, but I couldn't read it. Wait for it to show up on the screen here. Where do they take the trees to? I think a lot of tree companies, they have I guess this is just me assuming, because this is how I would do it. If I owned a tree company that was marginally successful, I would buy myself a piece of property out in the country as soon as possible. And then what I would do is I would haul my trees to my property, and I would make some decisions about how I was going to, you know, I would sell firewood. I mean, why wouldn't you? You have access to free trees. I suppose what you can do is just take them to the dump. You just pay by the ton and just dump the trees. That's an option. But, you know, anytime you're paying someone to take your trash away, I mean, how to describe it? Like, if you do anything in life for a living, and you're, I don't know, I don't want to say this wrong. If you're doing something that you're either a service or you're producing something, and in the steps of doing what you do, either the service or the product you're making requires you to have stuff like that gets cut up or chopped or acquired, and the result is you have to throw it away and pay to throw it away, like the garbage. You have to look really closely to see if you can make money on that garbage, because you're just throwing, I mean, I guess a good analogy is like a meat processing plant. When the animal comes in, there isn't a whole lot that leaves that goes into the trash. They kind of use everything. So if you're in a tree service, if you're just throwing trees in the trash, it's like you're kind of doing it wrong. I think what you would do is if it's a good tree, like an oak or a walnut, you probably sell that log. I mean, I assume they don't advertise it. It's like, oh, you want us to cut your oak tree down? That'll be $1,000, and that's like $4,000 worth of wood there. I mean, I'm sure they do that. I mean, good luck calling a tree guy and say, hey, I want to sell you my tree in my yard. I mean, it's possible. But more likely what's going to happen is you're going to have to pay a guy to cut your tree down, and then he's going to go and sell the wood. Regular people don't have the means to deal with the trees. I mean, I could have kept those trees in my yard if I wanted to. The wood. But it's like, the logs were like, what did I say? Fingertip to elbow to the center. So like, it's a 3-foot diameter tree. What am I going to do with that? Cut up for firewood? It's like, my God. I got access to a skid loader and a big old chainsaw, but like, I don't need firewood that bad. Like, that's crazy. It's so hard to deal with stuff like that. You can get injured so easy. It's so heavy and it's so, yeah. I got a few logs out of it. Just because, like, grew in my yard, you might as well burn them. But I don't know how to describe it. I'm not lacking for firewood. Like, I got plenty of firewood. Maybe in 10 years I'll be crying about no firewood, but like, I don't know. I got lots of trees and lots of firewood. I got piles and piles and piles of logs that haven't been processed. I got processed logs. I had trees, these elm trees I cut down that I was going to cut to firewood, but I've got so much other firewood I haven't got around to them. They've been cut down for like a decade. And it's like I haven't got around to cutting those trees up into firewood. Now they're already biodegrading. Like, if you can't cut your trees up quicker than they rot, you don't need more trees, I would say. When I put that road in the back, I cut so many trees down, I got piles of more. I got more firewood waiting to be cut up. More manageable. How many chainsaws do I have? Ooh, that's a good question. A lot, actually. Let's go through them. I got my good steel. That's a professional grade chainsaw. That's not like I got a saw that's like a professional. It's a professional chainsaw. Like, dudes that cut trees down for a living, professionals, run that saw. The MS 362, I think is what it is a professional grade chainsaw. That's not an amateur. That's not it's not the one like, oh, you got an acreage. No, I went nuts on that. I way over purchased on that chainsaw. But I was like, I'm only going to buy one. And then I bought another one off Craigslist. That's a non-professional, a small one, which I like quite a bit. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just like that. And then I'm going to smooth this. Get it all in there. Hope the camera's in. I might even check. And then just a little bit in the center. We're going with that. And I dripped all over the top. Stooge. Alright. So chainsaws. I got my big professional steel. I got my homeowner small light steel. Okay. Those are my good ones. I have a home light that I got from my father that was off the farm he was a partner in. Which is actually a pretty cool saw. The only problem is it's so old, it doesn't have any safety, so it's kind of sketchy. It doesn't have the anti-kickback lock, so like, you can hurt yourself pretty easy with it. So I kind of stopped using that because getting hurt's not fun. It also always it sucks it would suck chainsaw wood dust up into the air intake, and I'd always have to clean that out. Anyways, still have that. I have what's called an eager beaver that was my friend's, either his or his dad's. And on a chainsaw, there's the bar, and there's a lot of them have two bolts that hold the bar that the chain goes around on. They snap the bolt off, tightening it, and the solution obviously was to just buy a new chainsaw. And I was like, well, what are you going to do with that? Oh, it's trash, throwing it away. And I was like, oh, I'll take it because it just has a broken bolt. Like, you just got to put a new bolt in. It can't be that hard. Oh, it was hard. I had to basically take the chainsaw completely apart, crack the case in half. I mean, the design was insane. Like, who designs a chainsaw? And if you break the bolt, you have to literally take the thing completely apart. But I did. I just took it completely apart. Put the new bolt in it. Put it back together. I got that one. That's okay. It's a McCulloch, whatever, chainsaw, eager beaver. So that's steel big, steel small, home light, XL, the sketchy, huge, loud one. I think it's fun to run though, it's loud as hell. Eager beaver, and then I have an electric chainsaw, a Sears electric. So I think I have, what is it, 5? Steel, home light, beaver, electric. I have 5 chainsaws. And I'll be honest with you, I want another one. I'm real interested. They have there's these chainsaws they're making in China, where they just basically stole, I think Husqvarna is what it is. They might have a steel one too, but they just basically ripped off the design and then they're just selling them. I watched some videos where people are like, yeah, these are good chainsaws. All the parts are direct swap. So you can just like unbolt one part and put another part on from a good chainsaw manufacturer. Whatever. I mean, chainsaws, man, they're dangerous. That's for real. Where do you buy the electric chainsaw? My electric chainsaw is super duper old. I got it from an old guy I know. He gave it to me when he could no longer run it. He was probably, at the time, he was probably in his 80s or 90s, if I had to guess. And he just said, I can't run this chainsaw anymore. You're a young guy. You could probably get some use out of it. So he gave it to me. Excuse me. And I've used it. Actually, I knew someone that said, hey, dude, can I borrow your chainsaw? I need to cut a branch off. And I was like, oh, you need to cut a branch off? I'll let you borrow my chainsaw. And they proceeded to like cut 3 trees down with this electric chainsaw. When I found that out, I was like, you told me you were going to cut some branches, and you ended up like cutting trees down and chopping them up with this chain. Like it's not a, man. I'd always heard stories about don't loan your chainsaws out. And I was like, it's no big deal. No, I learned, nope, none of my chainsaws are for borrowing. If you need something cut, you can call me. You know, come over and cut whatever you want cut, and then I'll send you a bill. But I don't loan my shit out anymore. Because people will say I'm just going to cut a branch, and they end up chopping a bunch of trees down and just messing your shit up. Whatever. Ooh, that one kind of got overcooked for toasting, but that's okay. Yeah. So, like, I started taking chainsaw safety a little more seriously after I was reading up on like how easy it is to like chop your leg off the chainsaw, and I got that big bad boy chainsaw, and that thing chopped your leg off in about 1 second. So I bought these. They call them chaps. They go on your legs, and they're made of a material that when the chain hits it, it pulls it up inside and it binds it all. And I was helping my father cut a tree up. And I don't want to disparage my father, because he's a nice guy. He's an amazing guy. But he has a tendency to maybe not see the danger of a situation and assume that everything's going to work out. So I'm running this giant chainsaw, this professional grade chainsaw with a huge blade. And he's like putting his hands down on the log. He was trying to help. He wants to help me hold the log, to keep it steady. But when you're running a chainsaw, you know, it's got insta chop you up here, chop here and there. It's all chop. If you trip and fall on the chainsaw, it chops you. It's just chop in all directions. So like I'm operating this thing, and the whole time I'm having to think in my head, okay, what is he doing? Is he in an area where if he stumbled, he could fall on the chain and get injured? Is he close to the cutting zone? And he's like holding the log right next to me. So I'm like paying attention to what he's doing. I'm trying to do my thing. We've been cutting this tree. It was a giant tree. And this chainsaw, and I was getting kind of exhausted, and like, there's like more than one kind of exhaustion. There's like, there's muscle exhaustion and there's mental exhaustion, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting both because I kept having to concentrate on what he was doing. I had to be aware because, you know, at the funeral you can't say, well, I didn't know he was gonna fall and have his neck land on the chainsaw and cut his head off. Like, you can't say that, so you got to be aware. So my whole time I'm concentrating on what he's doing, what I'm doing. It's just like, it was a lot. And there was this one time where he got really close to the chainsaw when I was running it, and I was kind of like, all right, I don't feel comfortable. He's so close to this blade. I'm going to pull the chainsaw back and just stop chainsawing and just ask him, you know, whatever, get away from the chainsaw. I can't deal with it or whatever. And here, I'm going to kind of see if I can get myself in this shot a little bit. So I'm running the chainsaw. Am I in here? I'm running the chainsaw. He's right there. And I'm like, I come off the throttle. I'm like, oh, dude. And I must have been running it like this. Throttle off, picked it up, and like my arms were tired, and it just came down, and the chainsaw caught me right here in the leg. Off throttle, but the chain was still spinning. It was on spin down. Caught me in the leg, hit the chaps, and instantly bowed it. But like, it's hard to describe. It wasn't moving very much. It was it was still spinning technically, but like, the throttle had been off because I was off the thing and moving it. And I just sat down to like rest. And like, dude, you're too close. Like, I'm freaking out because I'm worried about you getting hurt. You know, I was just worried about him. Put the thing right in my thigh. It cut the chaps a little bit. Like, it made it through the outer layer, which is just like a heavy duty nylon, and it barely got into that stringy part. And a little bit of it came back around and instantly stopped it. But I was like, I'm done. Just said, I'm done. I'm done chainsawing. You could hire somebody else to cut the rest of this shit up because it scared the living shit out of me. Because had I pulled the chainsaw up and kept the throttle on, I mean, the chaps would have probably done their job. I probably wouldn't have got hurt, but like, it was another one. She was, oh, I need a couple branches, and it ended up being like a giant ordeal of like, I mean, whatever. That was in the past. But I put that chainsaw right across my thigh, and then now I have an AC/DC band sewn on it. For I put duct tape on it, but it didn't go far enough in. It wasn't on throttle. It was just a combination of like, it happens quick. You get exhausted physically and mentally, and like an error happens. And a lot of tools, you don't only get one shot at it. You don't get 2 shots at a chainsaw accident. I mean, it's just like, that's the real deal when you chop yourself with a chainsaw. That's a true story. Let's see if we can get this thing. Let's see if we can get this here to light back up. Oh, I got a little coffee in there. It's probably not going to be hot enough. Oop, how about I film it off? Is that going to be warm enough? Let's see what happens. Oh, I should have drank all that cold coffee. It cooled it down too much. Oh, here goes. Is it going to happen? Really? That much difference in temperature? How temperature sensitive is it? Oh, man. I didn't think it'd be that cold in there. Let's see. Is the new tools this week? Why'd you buy the electric chainsaw? Well, someone called you. Oh, if you missed that whole story, you're gonna want to rewatch that. I just told the most epic cut myself with the. Oh, here we go. It finally came through. Cute I am. Adore me, you must. Just barely got enough heat in there. So yeah, chainsaws. It's just dangerous. That's why I was so excited to get that smaller chainsaw because that big professional one, the thing is heavy, dude. But it's a strong chainsaw. I mean, that's a real chainsaw. It's like 70 cc. That's pretty big. But I mean, I'll be honest with you. I use that smaller one way more because it's so light. It's like, it cuts through pretty good. Oh yeah, chainsaw stories. I'm trying to think new tools this week. I did go shopping on Friday. I got one new tool. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure how it works, but like, I don't know if I want to grab it right now. You want a sneak preview? I'll give you a sneak preview. I'll go grab it. I probably shouldn't though. Nah. Because like, it's probably not the cleanest thing in the world. It's like a furniture mover. Like you slide it underneath a piece of furniture and you do that and it lifts it up and you put sliders underneath. I finally figured out what it was. Excuse me. I don't know what it is about me making breakfast, but like my nose starts plugging up. Am I allergic to? What is it? Is it the syrup? Am I allergic to syrup? It makes my nose run? There's something, man. Like I haven't had a runny nose. Yeah, whatever. All right. So what are we doing here? I feel like I'm running out of. That's my chainsaw story. I think that's about it for my chainsaw stories. Well, I mean, when I bought that brand new chainsaw, I was like, I want to cut some stuff. Went over to my parents' house. Like, we got a couple branches we want to cut down. I went to cut the branch. The chain flew off the thing. I was scared. Have a chain flying off a brand new chainsaw. And took it back to the store. I was like, dude, the chain flew off. Why would the chain fall off this thing? And they're like, oh, we don't know, man. And it's like, it all jacked it all up. And like, I think they actually gave me like a new chain or something. I can't remember how it worked. Put the chain back on. Never had a problem since. Like, it was just weird. Like, I didn't notice anything was weird. Whatever. That's about all for my chainsaw stories. I did have a kid that the kid I used to play hockey with. I probably shouldn't tell this story on. How about this is a made up story. This isn't true at all. This kid I used to play hockey with was renting a piece of property. Ooh, that's stuck. Man, I didn't put oil on it. Damn it. And he had a satellite for satellite TV, and he's like, dude, when the tree grows leaves, the leaves block my satellite. Can you bring your chainsaw over and help me out? I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, let's do it. I think I used the electric chainsaw for this. Was way back in the day. And this house he had this big lot next to it. And it was all this weird elevation, and like this tree was like right next to a garage, and like I'm not even gonna lie, like I had a window of like that wide to put a tree like this big through it. I was like, we got this. And I dropped that tree right through that slot, and like it, woo! And I was like, yeah, we'll just leave it. I just dropped this giant tree in this day, and then we just left it. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Shit, oh my god, this is a disaster. I just made 2 waffles. Delaminated the guy. Look at that. Oh my god. Let that be a lesson. Oil it every time, kids. Otherwise, you're gonna have double waffles. Oh, come out, please. It's like double burned. That right there is trash. Come on! Like I would never cut that tree down today. That was back when I was young and dumb. Doing stupid shit like that. Like so much much wrong could have happened there. That tree could have hit the garage. I did a bunch of stupid stuff. Like, I won't name names, but like, that's kind of funny. A person I know decided what they wanted to do in life was lower their sewer line. Because they wanted to put a toilet in their basement, and the toilet would have been higher, or like, it wouldn't have drained right. So the solution was to dig up all the sewer lines in the basement of their house, dig the sewer lines up all the way out to the street, and then lower them so the toilet would flow out. As opposed to buying a emaciating toilet with a pump that would just pump it up and out, which would be way easier. So, this person's a near and dear person in my life, so I was like, oh, I'll definitely help you out with that. So I bring the backhoe over. We're going to trench out his whole front yard and put a new sewer line for him to put in. Go over there. And it's like, well, the gas line's right next to the sewer line. It's like, what? And it's like, yeah, we were digging it by hand. We already hit the gas line once, broke it, had to have them come out and fix the leaking gas line. Just be careful when you're digging. And it's like, it's like a backhoe with like, I don't know if you've ever seen my videos of my backhoe. The thing is it's touchy. Like, the controls on that backhoe were not designed to be run, or the hydraulics on that backhoe were not designed to be run on the machine that we have it on now. It's like, the flow is too high. And maybe I can get a flow reducer or whatever. I ain't got one of those. It's touchy. You can't just, yeah. Anyways, and I'm not making this up. This is a true story. I had to dig a hole with a bucket this wide because the sewer line was